Hello everyone, in another video we learned how to dual boot Ubuntu with Windows. In this video we are going to learn about things that we need to do after installing Ubuntu. So let's get started. The first step is to update our software, which can be done in two ways. One is graphical and other is command line. So first we are going to look at graphical way. Press the Windows button on your keyboard and it will bring up search and type software updater. Click on software updater. As soon as it starts running, it will check for new updates. If updates are available, then it will show it. Here you can see there are some updates available for me. We can install it by clicking on install now. Well, I will do it later, so let's move on and close this window. Next, we can update our software by using command line. Press the Windows button again and search for terminal. Click on it. When terminal shows up, type sudo apt update and press enter. It will ask for password. Type your account password and then press enter. After that command finishes, type sudo apt upgrade and press enter. Type Y and press enter. Apt will download and install those updates. Although you can type both command at once by typing and in between them. Well, right now I am cancelling it. I will update later, but you should be doing it. Moving on, next we can install the GUI tool Gdebi package installer for installing Deb packages. To install Gdebi, just run the command sudo apt install Gdebi. Also, we can install Deb packages with App Center or through command line. Let me show you how to do it in command line way. In terminal, just type sudo or sudo space dpkg space -i. Then type the file path of the Deb package you want to install. Also, you can drag and drop a file into the terminal. Here I'm going to install Google Chrome using the Deb package of Google Chrome. After typing the file path, press enter. Here I already installed Google Chrome, so the command will not make much difference. Moving on, the next step is installing drivers. If you have any graphics card or any other device that needs extra drivers to be installed for performance or make it work, then you can do it either the graphical way or the command line way. Let me show you. Press the Windows button and search for additional drivers. Click on additional drivers, a new window will show up. If there are any drivers available for you, it will show up here. For me, I am using a Nvidia card. As you can see here, a lot of drivers are available for me. The latest version is shown at the top, which is 550 version. If I want to install that driver, just select the driver and click on apply changes. Well, right now I am not going to do it. I will do it later. So let's move on to the next step, installing drivers by using command line. First, we can list the drivers that are available for us by running this command sudo space ubuntu -drivers space list and then press enter. Now we can see the drivers list. Anyway, we don't need to worry about this list. The Ubuntu drivers tool can install the best driver automatically. What you need to do is just run the command sudo ubuntu -drivers install. Well, let's cancel it. I will do it later. Also, you can install specific driver version of Nvidia by using this command sudo ubuntu -drivers space install space nvidia :driver version. For example, if I want to install 535 driver version, then just typing 535 after colon and pressing enter, Ubuntu drivers tool will install 535 version driver for my Nvidia card. Let's move on to the next step, installing Codecs. If you want to play some video formats, then you must install this package. So in terminal, just type sudo apt install ubuntu -restricted-stras and press enter. Because I already installed some codecs, my download size may look different than yours, so don't worry about that. Just make sure you definitely install this package. Well, I'm cancelling it, but you should not. I'm just trying to make sure my video will be shorter. The next step is to install a package that is needed for running Appimages in Ubuntu. If you don't know about Appimages, it is just portable apps that you don't need to install for using it. To install this package, open the terminal and type sudo apt install libfuse2t64 and press enter. As you can see here, I already done it. Let's move on to the next step, installing OBS Studio for screen recording. Well, you can install OBS Studio by just running this command sudo apt install OBS Studio. But to make sure you get the latest version, I recommend adding the official OBS Studio PPA. Let's see how we are going to add this PPA. Open the terminal and type sudo add -apt -repository space PPA :OBS project /OBS-Studio and press enter. Then it will ask for adding pp, press enter again, and in a minute software sources will be updated. Now by running sudo apt install OBS Studio, you will get the latest version. Well, I already installed OBS Studio, which is being used for recording this. Moving on, the next step is installing Keepassxc. It's a password manager. If you think you need it, you can install it. Just run the command sudo apt install Keepassxc and press enter. Well, right now I am cancelling it. Let's move on to the next step, installing an Office suite. If you watched my previous video, you may know that this installation does not have an Office suite. So let's install an Office suite. Open the terminal and run the command sudo apt install LibreOffice. Also, there are other Office suites available for Ubuntu, OnlyOffice, OpenOffice, WPS Office. You can try them too. Let's move on to the next step, installation of VLC MBV Media Players. Open the terminal and type sudo apt install VLC space MBV and press enter. As always, I will do it later. You should be installing it. So let's move on to the next step, installing Google Chrome. Open the browser and search for Google Chrome. Well, here are the results. Anyway, Google is already sponsoring it. Let's click on that link. Click on download Chrome. New option shows up. Select the 64-bit dev file and click on accept and install. Soon the download will be started. For some reason my download has not started, so let's click on download Chrome manually. Here we go. Anyway, I'm not going to download it because I already have the package. So let's see how we are going to install that package, which was already shown after the beginning of this video. Open the terminal and type sudo dpkg-i and file path of Google Chrome package, or just drag and drop the file inside terminal and then press enter. Because I already installed it, it will not make much difference. Also, you can install Chromium browser by running sudo apt install chromium-browser. Moving on to the next step, we can install GIMP Krita Darktable for photo editing and digital painting related works. Remember, Darktable is not like GIMP, it is more like Lightroom, and Krita is mainly used for digital painting. Also, you can use App Center for installing these packages, and some packages that App Center installs are snap packages. Moving on to the last thing, now Ubuntu by default has a screen recording feature which can be opened by pressing print key on your keyboard. A window will show up, click on camera icon, here we go. There are two ways you can record screen, either using selection, which can be used for recording some part of your screen, and screen option, which can be used for recording full screen. But there is one thing you need to know, it cannot record audio, which made me wonder then what reason I should be using this feature. Maybe for Reddit, GitHub, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sharing it because I thought it might useful for you. So guys, thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, please let me know in comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.